Good morning, everybody. It's Rico Suave. Hope you have your coffee and you're ready to go. This morning, I want to talk about external battery packs. Now, as many of you know who subscribe to me, I have a lot of power projects going on in the future that I'm really excited about. This just so happens to be one of them. This is my ADREAMA 6,000 milliamp hour external battery pack, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because it's like everything else. Power. The ability to plug in no matter what's going on. Whether you're in a situation where power is all over the place and you can just plug in and take advantage of it, or if you're in a position where power is limited due to whatever catastrophe, due to being lost, being stuck somewhere, wherever, whether it's self-induced or everything's going great, the ability to have power is extremely important. So the reason why I want to do review on this one is because this is the one power pack so far that I've actually got to thoroughly test. I've put this thing through the ringer. This thing has traveled all over the United States, even outside the United States with me. So I've had it for about 2 months now, and I absolutely love it. So let's get into more of it. So a quick dirty rundown on this thing. This model, like I said before, through ADREAMA company, capacity 6,000 milliamp hours, 5 volts input, output, 2.1 amp, they say, output. Turn it on, you can see we're on full charge because 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all lit up. You hold on to the power button. You also have an LED light, which, you know, this is extremely important. Like I said before, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Not only is it a battery pack, but let's say I need to get into my bag for some reason, or I need to get into my go bag or what have you. I can hold on to this. I can look in the inside. You know, it's not. I mean, I have lots of light sources, but just the fact that I have another one, like I said before, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Now let's get into more of the power features, more of the tech guru stuff. So for those that know me, know I'm not really a tech savvy guy, but being out here, living this kind of lifestyle has definitely made me a lot more flexible and diverse. So stay with me. Now, before we actually can get hot and heavy into the actual digital output of this device, let's talk about what does 6,000 milliamp hours mean? Like, what does that mean to me? Well, just a quick breakdown. A typical iPhone, like the one I have, has about 1,440 milliamp hours. That's how many milliamp hours it takes to make a complete charge. An Apple iPad, about 5,400 milliamp hours. GoPro HD Hero 960, I believe it's called, is about 1,100 milliamp hours. A Kindle Fire, a little higher up there. Kindle Fire has approximately 4,400 milliamp hours. So the reason why I went with this is because it's 6,000. So it definitely will charge all those devices. My phone, it will charge many times over, and will have a little bit of battery left in. Like I said before in other videos, you never want to completely discharge a battery. That reduces its livelihood, its longevity. But just for a quick rundown before we actually get into the specifics of how much power is discharged from the device while charging your device, it's important to kind of know, just giving you a quick summary of other devices and what their power features are and how much they can hold. The reason why I went with those is because for what I do and what a lot of people do, and for the review at the end, this is kind of some of the stuff that people are going to be most interested in when they're using battery packs like this, especially if they're out away from normal sources. So keep going. Also, I'm going to put a link below to a huge list of different USB devices and their milliamp hours is required to charge those devices. So obviously I didn't mention every USB device on there, but there's a list, and I'll give you that website below where you can go and you can actually see what model phone, Kindle, iPad, camera, GoPro type devices, what they actually, what their battery capacity is. So stay with me. Now let's talk about compatibility for a second. I know that's going to be one of the biggest questions that people have. For this device right here, I've used it for my iPhone, my iPad, MP3 players, speakers, anything camera, recording devices, anything you can think of that's USB. I've used this device and I've had no problem. Now, one of the biggest things with that is, especially for your phones, your Apple phones, make sure that you have the right proper cord, the cord that goes to that device. Some of the off-brand cords that aren't manufacturer recommended, they're not going to work. You're going to have a compatibility issue regardless of what the source is. Secondly, make sure that your powered device is charged fully. If it's about to die, then yeah, it's not going to be able to have the power it needs to charge your device. Another thing to note, another thing to think about, another thing to keep in the back of your mind as well when you're doing this is also the fact that some devices cannot trickle charge. Keep that in mind. So if you're using the wrong power cord or you don't have enough power on your battery, it's not going to work. Especially Apple products, they do not want to trickle charge at all. That's what a lot of people have problems with when they're trying to use their solar, which that's another topic for another time, another project I'm excited about. But yes, Apple devices, they don't like to trickle charge. They're not going to trickle charge most of the time. I've never had an Apple product that liked to trickle charge. Android phones and other products, they'll trickle charge all day. Phones, especially Apple products, they don't want to trickle charge. So keep that in the back of your mind. But this right here, like I said before, used it here, used it abroad, plugged every USB device you can think of to it, and it always works. It's always a powerhouse for me. So now let's talk about charging your device. Back right here comes with a cord. This cord comes with the USB outlet. You plug this into your computer, it'll charge. You plug it into a wall outlet, it'll charge. You plug this thing into your car, USB, it'll charge. This thing will trickle charge. If you even wanted to, solar, whatever you want to plug it into that has a power source, it'll charge no problem. I've charged this thing, like I said before, everywhere in the US, abroad, never had a problem with it. It'll trickle charge. It'll do whatever you need it to. So now let's talk about uses. Who's going to get the most use out of this product? So who's going to get the most use out of a product like this? Well, I'll be honest with you. No matter what demographic you come from, whether you're a student, businessman, active duty military service member, thank you for your service, or you're that doomsday prepper, zombie apocalypse having, Ebola hiding, Verity cage wielding, destruction of the power grid fearing prepper. I mean, sorry, anybody can use this device. So if I had to make a recommendation, though, I would definitely say, from my personal experiences, I would definitely say people that are active duty military would definitely, this is something that you could use to its full advantage. And the reason being, number one, especially if you're somebody who's operational, this is very small. This is a very small piece of gear that packs some power that you can use to keep your personal devices alive. Because we know in this day and age, everybody has electronic devices, whether that be for your GoPro, whether you're, no matter where you're at, but especially those that are in the military, where you have GoPros that you're keeping, a documentary, or, you're recording things, or MP3 player for working out, cell phone because you use that to work out or what have you. It's definitely important because, especially when you're operational, whether you're on a ship where you're in a 60-man berthing with 4 or 5 wall outlets, or you're in the desert where you're in your hooch and you have, 2 or 3 power outlets to where you can charge things. Being able to connect to power is a lot more scarce, especially operational military. So definitely recommend that. Being operational, you can always expect one thing for most people, and that is to stay on duty. So when you're standing duty, that's a great, perfect time to charge not only this device, but actually charge all your other devices to get a full charge on those. So if I had to make a recommendation to anybody who would best, in my personal experience, would best thrive and best use this device, I would definitely say it's for those that actively serve. So if that's you, like I said before, thank you for your service, and stay tuned. I got a lot more power projects coming your way, so subscribe if you want to receive those notifications. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or PM me, personal message me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you have any advice for me, wisdom, always is open to hear it. Learning something new every day, so I appreciate the feedback. Hope everybody has a great day, and as always, long live the Republic.